The importance of details, the fine-tuning, the moment of truth. So far, we've been traveling from island to island and have returned to our starting point. Now, we have a 9-month-long road ahead of us, a calendar full of countries and uncertainty as our guide. It's inevitable. We always leave someone behind in the places we say farewell to. No one undertakes a long journey with an intact heart. And so, little by little, we go away from home, crossing Spain towards the south. We board our cars on the last ferry from the continent and keep moving away until suddenly, that place that we have marked so many times on maps appears before us, and now it's within arm's reach. Africa. Chapter 4. Plastic Nomads. Of all the corners of the Rift Valley, we have chosen to begin with Chefchaouen. Maybe because it's somewhat familiar to us. Because there's an Andalusian touch in the disorder of its facades. The city was founded by exiles of the Al-Andalus in the 15th century. Muslims and Jews lived together in the maze of streets through which we will get lost today.
This is an exciting moment for this expedition, right, Camila?
It is.
We are taking our first steps in Africa, and we are doing it in a very special place. This is Chefchaouen, and what comes to your mind when you walk around?
In one word, blue.
Blue.
Not only because everything is blue, but because also the rhythm of the town is kind of blue, chill, everybody's open to talk.
I agree, everything is blue. Feeling blue, huh?
Yeah.
I'm dressing in blue. And what about you, Camila?
Oops.
Come on.
Blue. Wherever you go, this is a blue city. They say it was the Jewish who painted the facades of Chefchaouen. They wanted to endow the city with the color of the sky, which represents freedom. And that's how we feel today, free, walking aimlessly through the blue maze. Chefchaouen has a chaotic structure, and that's where its charm resides. In its plazas, everything goes a little slower, and men have been taking good care of their portion of the city for their whole lives. One can stop in any corner to buy dates, figs, or spices. Even today, it is easy to get tangled up in their looms, to be trapped by the rhythm of a craft that seems to have no end. The smell of fresh baked bread takes us to a bakery that hasn't changed for centuries.
qué buena pinta, en orden. ¿Eh? Esto es un trabajo duro, ¿eh? Porque yo ya noto el calor. ¿Cuántas horas trabajas tú aquí al día?
Esto.
10 horas al día aquí en este horno.
Sí, el horno.
¿Y también haces la masa?
La masa es de la casa.
La masa la hacen en la casa.
En la casa la gente.
Ah, ¿la gente hace la masa?
Sí.
Y la trae aquí para que tú solo la hornees.
Sí, el horno.
Ah, sí.
Sí.
Entonces, esto es una panadería comunitaria.
Sí, panadería con... Sí.
En Chefchaouen la gente se ayuda unos a otros, ¿no?
Sí, la gente...
Todo se comparte.
Chefchaouen es toda la gente.
¿Sí?
Mucha gente, esto la casa, la casa, la casa, la casa, la casa.
Y vienen todos aquí a hornear el pan
Sí,
cada día.
Sí, sí.
Bueno, pues que sigues haciendo este pan tan rico. Nosotros lo hemos probado el desayuno ya.
The activity of the city is concentrated in the Uta El Hammam Square. All the alleyways end here, and we stop to contemplate the great mosque's octagonal minaret. Chefchaouen is considered to be one of Islam's holy cities. For a long time, the entrance to foreigners was prohibited. But today, you can even approach the women so that they decorate your hand with henna.
They're finishing my drawing. It's a traditional Chefchaouen drawing. They say with the colors of this land. And it is supposed to be for the good luck that is going to come with us for the rest of the trip.
It's a trend, imported from the East, that has become a symbol for Berber women. Over the next few days, henna and good luck will accompany Camilla. And honestly, I think in this trip, a little extra help doesn't hurt. We leave with the feeling of having started off in this continent. But the truth is that there's plenty of Africa south of Chefchaouen. Now, we're about to discover one of the most important places in the north of the country. Fez is a city that is stranded in its own history. Here, there's no hurry, because even time is forged by hand, little by little, drying under the African sun. And art has that same cadence.
We are getting hypnotized with Aziz. He's one of the artisans of the pottery here. And in 5 minutes, he was able to make all these pieces, only using his head and his hands. Suavemente. Ok. Es hipnótico, os lo aseguro. Además es una gozada el tacto de la arcilla mojada. Vale, 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 vale. ¿Qué tal? Este es que es mi propio estilo.
Sí.
Vale. Así, ¿no?
Cheers.
La tiro. Bueno. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. ¿Eh? This is my first ceramic masterpiece. It is obvious I failed with the ceramics, so I decided not touching anything. And we are here in the department of drawings. The designs are made by this man and this other man. They are the masters, and the rest of them, they are painting all these ceramics with beautiful colors. Of course, handmade.
Potters have been giving shape to Fez's ceramics for more than 1,000 years, and nothing has changed since. The art still revolves around a craft that combines patience and chisel. With these small mosaic tiles, magnificent mosques have been raised, fountains and palaces have been decorated. And given that Islam does not permit human representations, its artisans have become the masters of geometric beauty. But whoever wants to get to know the pulse of the city must go into the heart of its Medina. Here, there's no use for maps or GPS. It's better to accept it as soon as possible. In the Medina of Fez, you will get lost. We're going into the largest urban space with no cars on the whole planet. And believe me, walking around its alleys can be overwhelming.
I have to admit it, we are getting lost. Sorry, man. No, sorry. Sorry, we're in the middle of the Medina. This is chaotic, but that is exactly what makes this place so special.
The Medina is a walled area that was built during the late 8th century. Today, it still is a permanent place for commerce where you can find anything. And we all get caught up in it because it's impossible only to pass by, and there's always an excuse to forget about the cameras. Amongst the chaos we find, all of a sudden, harmony. Al-Atarin is a 15th century madrasa, a school of the Islamic world, where students could retreat from the outside bustle. And today, the visitor is left speechless. We also go into the Al-Qarawiyyin Mosque, house to the world's oldest university, founded in the year 859. And if you're lucky, you can even sneak into one of the first mosques of Fez. Its mosaics, the same that we saw chiseled by steady hands, have been here for 1,200 years. And its stuccos, and those filigrees that no one stops to contemplate anymore.
Yes, please follow me to see our house here. It's very nice. Okay.
When you learn to get lost, the reward comes on its own. It's easy to find a helping hand that guides you through the Medina towards the home of the locals.
¿Quién ha hecho esto?
Esto del cactus.
¿Del cactus?
Del cactus.
Tienes corazón verde, te lo digo yo.
Sí, no, se me ve.
Que te veo perfecto.
Sí.
Por fin estás elegante.
¿Me la puedo llevar por Marruecos?
Venga.
Of all the alleyways of the Medina, there is one that takes you right into the Middle Ages.
They recommend me to wear some mint to avoid the bad smell of this place. We are in the biggest traditional tannery in the world. And here we witness one of the oldest and most authentic jobs in Morocco.
The tanners of Fez are survivors. They spend half their lives between lime and dyes, between ammonia and animal skins, in a context as pictorial as it is strenuous.
Francisco, tú conoces muy bien la curtiduría Chouara, que es esta en la que estamos, ¿verdad?
Es la primera, no es en Marruecos, ni en toda África, ni en todo el mundo.
La primera, la más grande.
Más grande, la más antigua.
¿Y aquí qué tipo de pieles se curten?
Hay piel de cabra, dromedario, camello, vaca, de todo.
¿También de dromedario y de camello?
El camello sirve para cinturones, bolsos, etc. Cabra para cazadoras y para una babucha real, que se llama en árabe ziwani,
Ziwani.
de color amarillo.
¿Y para tratar estas pieles qué se utiliza?
Aquí la gente, los artesanos tratan los pieles de una manera tradicional, con colorantes naturales, como indigo, cochnil, safran, cobalt, menta, henna.
Y aquí huele un tanto fuerte,
El
¿no?
olor fuerte. En agosto, junio, malo, cuando hay tanta calor, 40, 45, El olor viene de la caca de paloma.
Caca de paloma,
Sí.
excrementos de paloma que
Sí,
también se utilizan.
como amoníaco.
Y esto sigue igual desde hace más de un milenio.
Normalmente es un trabajo de padre a hijo.
Claro.
Hay una asociación que ayuda porque la tradición sigue en las medinas antiguas.
I wonder how many men have left their skin here. How many hands have been tanned by the passing of time. Sometimes we forget that in the corners of the world, creating a simple leather item is the work of heroes. They're images from another century. Scenes that have been anchored in limbo, trapped between the walls of a medina, between the chaos and magic of unique places. In Fez, there are no rules that guide the passing of time. That's why any moment is perfect to look for a place to drink some tea. But when one has to cross a continent, time does count. We haven't fully assimilated the idea of driving through Africa when suddenly everything changes. The loneliness of the landscape and the temperature, which begins to drop. The Atlas is a 2,400-kilometer mountain range that separates the desert from the sea. There's no turning back now. This is the moment when the journey truly takes us far away from home. Madrid gradually becomes a smaller dot on the map. Since we started, we crossed the Iberian Peninsula, and a ferry brought us to African land. Once in Morocco, we traveled up to Chefchaouen, and later we got lost in the depths of Fez. Now we want to reach the town of Imilchil at an altitude of 2,000 meters.
Good morning, Tato. This is a new day in the Atlantic expedition. Last night we went to bed with -3 or 4 degrees Celsius outside. And inside, I think it was pretty the same, right? Vincent, how did you pass the night? And you, Camila, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, this is part of the journey. Some days ago, we were enjoying one of the best weathers in the world, in the Canary Islands. And now we are here in the high Atlas with a snow landscape around. And believe me, we are freezing. So cold.
Its population is less than 2,000 inhabitants, but Imilchil has become a symbol of the Berber culture. Every year in September, they celebrate the wedding festival. About 40 couples get married on the same day to commemorate the story of 2 young lovers from different tribes whose love was denied. The truth is that today, we don't see that much romanticism. Winter is hard on its inhabitants. But Berber identity is shown with pride in every occasion.
Mohamed, où faire le tapet?
Je suis dans la Casbah,
Ok.
nomade, Casbah de nomade,
C'est la famille berbère
famille
qui fait.
berbère, oui. Ils ont des animaux, ils prennent la ligne, ils les colorent naturels, ils viennent d'ici, et les commerçants, ils viennent d'acheter.
Today, everything is a bit more difficult, and to understand where we are, it's necessary to go back to the road. Although this time, it's going to be a very different road. This is also Africa. The High Atlas has peaks higher than 4,000 meters above the sea level, and snowed valleys, which we're in the mood to travel through today.
Wow! What a place, huh? It looks strange to me that in order to get to the desert, you have to cross these kind of landscapes. But this is the Atlas, my friends.
In only 2 days, we've passed from the bustle of the big city to the serenity of the Atlas. There's hardly any trace of human presence. Only a few shepherds cross these trails. They are high mountain Berbers. The legend of the lovers of Imilchil says they cried themselves to death, and with their tears they formed these lakes. Although we already heard that story of tears and broken heart lakes in the Azores, this is definitely the High Atlas version of Romeo and Juliet. And yes, I admit that now, we do see certain romanticism. We keep going until we leave the winter behind. The descent softens the landscape. And so, we reach some Berber villages, where weather doesn't prey on humans. Where the dust makes more sense than the snowy path. Where we go back to recognizing that Africa that eluded us in the mountains.
Every time we wake up in Morocco, we do it in a special place. Last night we slept here, in the entrance of Todra Gorge. To understand the incredible sight we are about to cross, you only have to look up. Look at that, Camila. You can't even see the top.
Some peaks rise up to 500 meters. Every year, more climbers come, dazzled by these walls, attracted by the slopes.
Oye, chicos, ¿habéis visto qué paredes?
Impresionante, muchachos. Mira qué roca. El día que caiga esto, espero que no nos pille cruzando.
The vertigo of the Todra Gorges makes you feel small. Very small. And just like this, overwhelmed, we keep going for almost 20 kilometers of rocks. Through a landscape that becomes narrower, guarded by stone giants. Until, suddenly, the scenery goes back to normal. It's humanized again. And a little further that way, an oasis marks the definite change like a truce. We just got to dinner here. 50 kilometers of palm trees surrounded by mountains. This is the setting where the most important city of the Todra Valley was raised. The Berbers called the fortified cities Qasar. And Tinner here is one of the few that is still inhabited. Its people have committed to keeping the memory of Adobe alive. Neither progress nor tourism have managed to put an end to this citadel of straw and mud. And that takes us, almost by accident, into the Jewish neighborhood. The coexistence of the Hebrew people and their Berber neighbors has been maintained for centuries. In this place, they share space, culture, and couscous. In the streets, we are all only one more.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Está bueno, amigo? Está bueno, ¿eh? Vincent, que guardamos un poco, ¿eh? Nos han ido las mujeres, nos dejan a nosotros, ¿verdad? Ahora. Vamos a dejar un poco a Vincent, hombre. Mira, toma, Vincent, me cago en la leche. Toma. Ahí. Está bueno, ¿eh? Menuda cara de felicidad que ha puesto. ¿Has visto, amigo?
Inside the women's neighborhood, there are small hidden museums.
¿Esta es una tradición puramente bereber? ¿Y dónde se venden los tapices? ¿Solamente en esta zona o en todo Marruecos? Nosotros hemos estado en Fez y hemos visto tapices bereber. Y alguno de ellos, ¿verdad? Seguramente viene de aquí. ¿Y cuántas horas lleva un proceso para tejer un tapiz como estos que vemos aquí? 6 meses. ¿Un tapiz? 6 meses. ¿Sí? ¿A ti te gusta trabajar la lana? ¿Por qué? ¿Para qué hace eso, Eliab? Raja, Anan, os dejamos aquí que sigáis trabajando en este lugar mágico rodeado de tapices bereberes.
The women of Tinahir will remain among these tapestries, like Penelope in her loom, stretching time. The journey takes us away from the Atlas. The colors of the landscape have changed since we got to Imilchil. Little by little, cold has been left behind. Now we go down the mountains as the temperatures rise. 290 kilometers later, we finally reach the Great Desert. This is us. Okay, I admit, somewhat dressed up. And these, the authentic protagonists of this part of the story. We've parked our cars. And now, days of sand and dromedaries await, with no engines, with no hurries. We're at the entrance of the Erg Chebi, the most rugged desert of Morocco. We will cross a hypnotic territory, an area of dunes, of sand waves that seem to be multiplied identically 50 kilometers around.
I am aware that dressing like this, we are not going to be like them. I know that riding a dromedary in the desert won't make us better bears. But I think traveling is about entering in somebody else's skin.
No, we're not Berbers, but at least for today, we share their journey. Each one of us enjoys in their own way. Some experiences are untransferable.
Buah, estoy cargado hasta arriba, estamos aquí con 1000 bártulos, pero la experiencia no tiene precio.
No sé para dónde vamos a dormir esta noche, pero en realidad no importa porque este camino de luces y sombras hace que cualquier cosa valga la pena.
We only feel the loneliness here, huh? And the sound of our dromedaries walking on the sand. That's all.
Try at least once in your lifetime to get caught by a sunset in the desert. While the day fades away, we go into an area of great dunes that reach a height of 150 meters. Our campsite awaits a little further, between those mountains of sand, where there's nothing at all. But heading towards nothing makes you feel free. A fire usually marks the ending of the days that have been worth it. The temperatures of Erdjebi can vary drastically, from 50 degrees in the summer to 5 degrees during winter nights. But today, no one minds warming up a little.
And do you sleep here today, Munir?
Yeah, I live here.
Yes.
We're about to discover where we spent the night. And just by coming out of the tent, we already feel lucky. Waking up here is overwhelming. This is a perfect moment to disconnect. Climbing a 100-meter dune is also a good way to escape, especially if you start off the day from the summit. This is a hostile landscape, but life makes its way even here. Oleanders flourish in the middle of the desert, shy, hidden among the sand, with no other company than that of the dromedaries, the most notable inhabitants of the Sahara. They can drink 150 liters of water at once. They're designed to resist, to accompany humans as they have been doing here since the Roman era. Again, in a caravan, we go back into the giant dunes, with our guide setting the pace.
You can see close to you. This is my cameraman, Vincent. How are you doing, Vincent?
Good, good.
It's fine. Do you like this desert?
I like it better without a camera.
Well, I think it's not easy to film on a dromedary. But he can do it, right? I hope you don't complain, huh? Look around and enjoy.
We still have 7 hours left in our journey. But through the centuries, thousands of Berbers have crossed the desert, like merchants in search of a future, or devotees heading to Mecca.
How many kilometers you walk every time that you go out?
Sometime 10 kilometers and sometime 15.
10, 15 kilometers?
Yeah.
But you don't use shoes?
Yeah. Without shoes.
Without shoes?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So, have you been born in this land?
This is my land.
It's your land?
Yeah. I born here in desert.
In desert?
Yeah.
You're a desert man?
Yeah.
This is a luxury restaurant. We are surrounded by dunes and with the company of Adil and Munir. Munir, how are you?
I am fine, my friend. Thank you.
Well, what
about
is this? You prepare some good food, huh?
This is our tradition. This is chicken and salad.
Traditional Berber food, huh?
Yeah, and Berber food.
What about the dromedaries? What do they eat? normally?
Come eat anything.
Anything they find.
Yeah, he doesn't eat just meat. Is vegetarian.
They are vegetarians.
Yeah, vegetarian.
But they can eat. We see some green. Even if we are in a desert, we see some green.
Some
plants.
green, yeah, plants. See.
But they are good animals, huh?
Yeah, good animal.
They don't let you down.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and enjoy your food. We are going to do the same, huh?
I hope you like also
Right now.
our target.
Look.
Yeah. Bismillah.
Oh.
Nice.
It's time to leave Erg Chebi.
Marhaba.
But we're not leaving the sand trails yet. In fact, we will go even deeper into the desert, in search of the last nomads of Morocco.
Ibrahim, vamos al desierto, ¿no? A tu casa.
Ibrahim accompanies us to try and find the most isolated Berbers of this region of the country. He grew up as a nomad himself, but today he has settled in the city with his family. This time, we must use local vehicles, driven by guides who know the terrain. Hours later, we reach Ergsnigi. It's smaller than Erg Chebi, but it's a more deserted desert, if that's even possible.
Ibrahim, me gusta tu nombre, ¿eh?
Sí, gracias.
Es un nombre bereber.
Sí.
¿Y cómo es la infancia cuando eras pequeño? ¿Cómo era la vida de un nómada para un niño?
Sí, un poco dura.
¿Tienes que trabajar desde pequeño?
Sí.
¿Y qué es lo que hacías? ¿Cuál era el día a día?
Voy con cabras, con dromedarios.
¿Y entonces tú no ibas al colegio?
No, nunca.
¿Y cómo aprendías?
Aprendí con mis amigos,
Sí.
con turistas.
¿Y cómo son las relaciones entre los nómadas? ¿Cómo se conoce un hombre y una mujer? ¿Cómo se casan? Si están siempre aislados.
Sí, pero si un hombre hablar con una chica,
Sí.
así, van a casar ellos obligatorio.
Entonces hay que elegir muy bien con quién habla uno, ¿no?
Sí.
¿En qué creen los nómadas bereber? Ellos no son musulmanes. Tú no eres musulmán.
No, soy bien, libre.
¿Echas de menos la vida nómada?
Sí, y me gusta mucho.
¿Sí?
Sí.
¿Y por qué no cambias todo y vuelves otra vez al desierto?
Pero mi familia no quiere.
Ah, ellos no quieren.
Sí. Yo quedar aquí en el desierto, muy bien, perfecto. Tranquilidad, sí. Y relajarte, no pensar.
¿En las ciudades se piensa demasiado?
Sí. Y pensar, yo que un coche quiere mucho dinero, así. No como antes, cuando estamos nómadas, no pensamos así.
¿Cómo pensabais?
Pensamos solo para comer y igual con cabras, con dromedarios, jugamos algo como dama.
Nosotros estamos haciendo un viaje por toda la costa occidental de África,
Sí.
desde la península ibérica.
Sí.
Eso también nos convierte en un poco nómadas, ¿no?
No,
Ah, no.
nosotros nómadas de plástico, nómadas de verdad.
Ahí me has dado. Y
Sí.
además, ¿sabes lo peor? Que tienes toda la razón,
Ah, sí.
¿no? Viajamos mucho,
Sí.
pero viajamos con demasiadas pertenencias de las que no nos podemos desprender.
Es así. Tienes que vivir, no a viajar.
Gracias por la lección.
We have to live, yes. But there are only a few left who want to live in the desert. Finding the nomads is not easy. Because they're nomads. We've crossed the dunes of Erg Chebi, and now we need to look for the reality of these men. Some set up campsites for months, and then migrate in search of new pastures. With Ibrahim's help, we will try to find their trail. That takes us to a place so far away that this is where Morocco ends. Beyond this is Algerian territory. So distant from everything that there's not even contact with other nomads. This family is alone, and the campsite is the home, the school, the market, and the future. Basu is the head of the family. He's one of those people who is better understood without words. And Ibrahim, a visitor who speaks the same language. Even so, we want to speak to him. But the conversation is not very fluid.
¿Estás hablando a ellos? Ah. ¿Cómo ves la cultura de donde venimos? Nosotros venimos con las cámaras apresurados y vosotros tenéis otro ritmo, otro tiempo, ¿no? ¿Cómo es tu percepción sobre nosotros? ¿Tú eres nómada porque en las ciudades no hay trabajo o porque te gusta? ¿Tus hijos van a crecer también nómadas o crees que ellos van a cambiar la vida y van a volver a las ciudades? ¿No te da pena ser quizás el último nómada que quede en esta región de Marruecos llevando dromedarios? Me decías si yo era capaz de sobrevivir en este desierto buscando dátiles. Yo creo que no, pero me pregunto si tú serías capaz de sobrevivir en un atasco en Madrid y vivir allí los próximos 5 años. ¿Tú crees que serías capaz?
For the time being, we are in his territory, and our host has given the order to make dinner. There aren't many options here, and they've already selected the menu. Our guides help them make their star dish, fresh goat. This image repeats itself in the deserts of the world. A sacrifice at dusk, a girl unfazed by death, another normal afternoon. But we are stunned by the routine of a day in the Moroccan desert.
Okay, this is one of the most delicious things that you can try in the desert. This is a brochette with pleura covering the liver of the goat that we have seen before. And it's really good, very soft. It's great, Ibrahim, huh?
Yes.
Really, really
Very
good.
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Y esta es la pleura, que es la parte más exquisita para los bereberes, ¿verdad?
Sí, el corazón también.
¿Este es el corazón de la cabra?
El corazón de la cabra.
No me diga.
Muy rico. Esto es la barriga de cabra.
¿El intestino?
Sí.
Eso,
Hacemos así.
yo creo que Tato quiere.
¿Sí?
Sí, me ha dicho mi cámara, dice, da un poquito de ese intestino. Yo te lo aliño, Tato. Para adentro, para adentro.
Si me viera mi madre.
Si te viera tu madre, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tal? Bueno. Bueno.
Bien. ¿Sí?
Está rico. Sí.
Camilla has decided to stay with the goat soup, and I'm more of a chop kind of guy.
Very bien.
Ah.
Getting away from everything is a comforting feeling. And even more if our hosts have already prepared breakfast. There's nothing more Berber than the gesture of sharing tea. And that's not all they made.
Nunca he probado esta mezcla, ¿eh? Aceite con jugo de dátil.
Es muy dulce, es muy bueno,
Sí.
¿eh? Mira, no lo has probado en tu vida. Ya verás. ¿Qué? Bueno, ¿eh?
Leche del dromedario.
¿Leche de dromedario?
Sí.
¿Está caliente?
Sí.
¿Está recién ordeñada?
Sí.
¿Y es buena?
Bueno.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Bueno, un desayuno completo.
For us, everything is disconcerting. I wonder who the girls play with. What do they dream about? I wonder if in the intimacy of the desert, women also have to cover up their faces. Or is it only because of our presence that they're obliged to? Like every day, the grandmother is in charge of collecting water. Humans and animals share the same destiny. And when the afternoon falls, Basu leaves with Ibrahim to look for his dromedaries, to bring them back. He has a big flock that he inherited from his father, under the condition of never giving it up, of clinging to this nameless land. And silently, we bear witness to that freedom of flatlands and dromedaries. Of this life to which we don't belong. Of this story of wandering Berbers, one that is close to extinction. Very soon, we will get away from here in search of new places. We will take with us the memory of these sunsets. But we cannot stop being what we are. Drifting travelers. Plastic nomads.